Who do you think Jake should have ended up? What's his name? Nick should have ended up with on the show.
You guys have seen the show. Come on.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang. Oh, what a shirt.
Great shirt.
Yeah.
That's a great shirt. Wow, with the hairs coming out and everything. Wow, that is an absolutely despicable shirt.
Until you pulled up and I saw the balls, I thought it was a Chicago Bulls shirt.
No, this one's different. A little different.
Yeah, that's just a ball sack hanging.
That makes sense after last night.
What's going on, man?
Oh my goodness, guys! I can't tell you what's going on because I'm trying to fix this. No, I got it. I got it figured out. What's going on? Greatness. That's what's going on, guys.
Greatness.
All right.
What's up with that baby back there?
What's up with this baby right here?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to raise them right. You know what I mean? This is a. Hold on. Let me grab it. It's a little janky.
Oh wow!
Whoa! Heart of a champion. Okay.
This is I did Kevin Hart's game show and I won.
Wow, that's quite the trophy.
Yeah, they gave me the life-size statue.
That's great, man. That's great stuff.
Oh man,
how's things going?
That was so good.
Things are going well. Things
Yeah?
are going very well. Life is stressful at times, but I'm out here, man. I'm out here.
Where are you? I thought you were going to like London or something.
Yeah. So I was supposed to be going to London.
Oh, you bailed on us for no reason, you dirty dog.
Yeah, no, it was last minute. I'm still going, just not for the extended time that I thought I was going for.
I got you.
Yeah. So we I mean, it got crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't put it out there, but it got a little crazy. So,
What's the most stressful thing in your life?
The most stressful thing in my life is trying to be a good father. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not hard to be a good father. It's a lot that goes into raising a kid.
You know what it is, dude? It just doesn't stop.
You never.
That's why when people have kids, I tell them they're stupid because it's not like, and I'm divorced, so I actually do get a little bit of a reprieve because we split time. But even when I'm not with them, you're between bills and buying things for them and taking them places, it never ends. Yeah, it never ends, and I hate that about it.
Yeah, I'm like my daughter is amazing. My daughter is absolutely fantastic, but I have to wipe her shit. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? I have to do everything. Yeah. And it's the same. We co-parent. You know what I mean? We co-parent. Mm-hmm. So you get a little bit of reprieve, but
no. And that actually comes with its own struggles too, because I always tell when people are like, dude, you get to give them back sometimes and relax. It's like, yeah, but then when I have them, there's no stopping. It's just me. So it's cramming it all into a couple days here and there. But when you break it down as simple as that, I have to wipe your shit. That's pretty much as bad as it gets.
All the time.
I'm gonna try and get through this without gagging.
He has the most pussy stomach in the world.
I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet very recently, last night, and it was like it said something to the effect of "Everybody wants a baby," which I would debate. I would. Maybe it's just me, but I'd raise a hand and be like, I don't know. I kind of have a different take on that. And it says everybody wants a baby until the baby starts to baby, and they're just holding up a baby. And bro, there is shit everywhere.
Their toes, their nose,
it's like
their
out
ears.
of it came. I don't understand how it erupted out of the diaper. It's fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah,
it's disgusting.
Oh yeah, especially when if the kid is a little antsy at times. There's sometimes when my daughter is in such a playful mood that she doesn't realize how volatile this scenario is. Yeah. You've got shit right there, and I gotta clean it. Stop playing.
Move it. Stop moving.
Stop moving so much. She'll try to grab it and you're like, no.
Get out of
not a zoo.
How about this? I'll do you one better. So I'm gonna embarrass my son right now when he's older and he hears this. He's 4 and he's still struggling. He's terrified of the toilet, so he's still he puts on a diaper when he's got to shit. The other day he took such a big shit, and then when I had to change it, he said to me, Dad, like, put me down gently on my back, because if I sit on my butt, it will smush the poop out. And I said, if you are old enough to say all that to me, you are old enough to get on the fucking toilet, man. You're describing like the physics of shit in your diaper. You're old enough to hit the toilet, man. It's a nightmare out here, dude.
Your kid, I'm not sure if you know this, but your kid is fucking with you. Your kid knows this. Your kid's gonna be 17. Like, hey, dad, just real talk, real quick. Just lay me on my side, real gentle, like. Just hey, give me some of them wipes. Hey, dad, come here. Hey, dad, hey, give me a old fashioned. Make me. Your kid is fucking with you.
That is funny.
Oh, man. Dude, I saw you posted the other day on your Instagram. You posted a clip of Minx, or a highlight reel of Minx, I believe. And we've had Jake on here a couple times. We had Jake on to promote Minx. And actually, we're big New Girl fans, and you're actually, I think, our final piece of the puzzle, at least for the male side. So very excited about that. But have you watched any of Minx? Because we had Jake on, and we were talking about it, and we were talking about how much fun it is to objectify men and bodies and shit like that. Yeah. And he was talking about how he's like, dude, there's so much male body. And then I watched episode 1. There's more dick in that show.
There's so much male body
in probably. I was gonna say there's
so much of that.
There's so much dick in that show, bro. There was, and I, like a fucking idiot, I recommended it to my mom.
Oh no!
Who then told me she loves it.
No.
She's like, I love episode 1. I can't get past episode 1.
Like, I'm gonna make your father watch it. Like, my dad's gonna run out of the room.
Oh my god! Our parents' generation would be like, no, not watching that.
No, my god!
I'm a very, very 21st century man, and even I'm like, boy, that is a lot of. That's a lot of big dick too.
Jake wouldn't have it any other way.
But you said, I believe, in the caption that it's the role he was born to play. And
100%. Like he used to talk about dicks all the time on the show. It's like, bro, we get it. You appreciate a good dick. Stop it.
That's amazing.
But to answer your question, no, I haven't seen the show yet.
Well, as soon as this interview ends, you're gonna run to episode 1.
I'm gonna run to it. Right, it's on in the background right now.
It's like the 20-minute mark of episode 1, you just start getting smacked in the face with dick.
It's a literal parade. There's a montage of dick. It's crazy.
It's a montage of close-ups of dick.
I swear. I mean, I know there's been a ton of shows that are very funny and with a lot of casts that people fall in love with. But as far as roles you're born to play, I think that cast was meant to be together. I mean, the way you guys click is crazy. We ask this of every show and everybody, but you guys all like, I know there's some shows that have like a group text where they all stay in touch and they're all, and I feel like that's New Girl, right? You guys are all still.
100%. 100%. You have to. You spend so much time with each other over the years. 7 seasons doing, 14, 15-hour days, sometimes longer. You become closer with your cast and your crew than you do with your own family at times.
Right.
And everything that's going on in your personal life, they know about. They know everything, and so when the show is over, it's kind of like, do we just delete the chat? Like, no, actually, the chat gets more aggressive.
Right.
We talk about everything from life to business. What roles we're gonna take. Do we take them? We talk about deals that we're trying to do, like everything. Like we literally bounce ideas off of each other, and that's just if you watch the show, we had so much chemistry. That was real.
It is a bananas amount of chemistry. I remember, I think the first time we had Jake on, I think the show was still on the air. We had Jake on for the first time a long time ago. Okay. And we were talking about how, I think we said something along the lines of that, and it was a bit of a take at the time, I think, where it was like, this show is going to be on the pantheon of sitcoms,
classic,
The Office, The Parks and Rec, one of those ones that people just rewatch all the time and all that shit. And Jake was very humble about it. He's like, I don't know. And it clearly has become that now.
Yeah.
And it is, I think that's largely in part due to the chemistry.
Oh, 100%. 100%. The creators of the show did a good job of piecing people together. And Zoe talks about it all the time, where she was at all of our auditions. Like, she was there for everything, and she was like, as long as I get along with everybody, she's like, obviously we want the most talented people, but like personality wise, we have to get along because we're going to be spending so much time with each other. And then that's what happened.
Were you auditioning at the same time? Because obviously Coach was like episode 1 or 2, and then he went to do Happy Endings. Were you auditioning at the same time as everyone, or was that like once Coach had to leave, or once Damon Wayans had to leave,
the same?
You were the same. And they didn't.
Same time. Yeah, because what happened was I was offered the role first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So everyone always thought Damon had a show, like because he had done 1 season of it already. So when they're going through the casting process, everyone's reading for Coach, and I was testing for it, and I had another show that I was testing for at the same time. And so the second show that I was testing out for knew that I was up for New Girl. And so in order to snag me up, they just made me a straight offer.
Really?
And so I walked away from the test of New Girl.
Oof.
An hour later, they messaged my agent and said, "Hey, if we make Lamorne an offer, will he take it?" And it was like, well, it's too late now.
Oh, no.
And New Girl was the show I always wanted to do. So I was like, damn it.
It was a good offer? Like it was solid?
Yeah, it was a solid offer. It was a better offer than New Girl at the time, you know. And I didn't have a show. People knew me from like TV commercials,
right?
And so I was like,
I gotta take it.
Absolutely, you can't walk away from that.
Sure.
And then ultimately, Damon had to go and leave. He had to go and do a second season of his show.
It was fucking meant to be, man. I'm telling you, it was fate.
That's actually
because then he came back.
Yeah, I was
anyway.
gonna say, that's one of the few shows
everybody
where I've seen it all work out like that, which is so awesome.
So I mean, think about like it. Do you think about had you had that not played out that way, and you would have missed New Girl forever? Oh man,
I probably would have. I probably would have. I've been thinking about my adult film career. I would have
showing that male body.
You do OnlyFans? You get a roll on Minx, parlay that into an OnlyFans.
A lonely fan.
You're fucking
Lamorne fans. Let's go.
I got Lamorne fans. Exactly. I want to start that app. Y'all know any developers?
We got a couple here. They're very slow.
We get 50%, bro.
Yeah.
50%.
Hey, please do. I'll take it.
Dude, so I was reading your Wikipedia last night, and I didn't recognize the name of the restaurant, but I know a comparable one. What was it? Ed Devichicks or something like that? DeBevics. And so I know it as Dick's Last Resort, where they're like where the waiters are just mean to you all the time.
Okay, yeah.
How? Like I've always been very. I've never been able to go because my self confidence would not be able to withstand it. Because there used to be. I'm from Boston. There used to be one in Faneuil Hall. And my friends would, let's go. I'm like, I'm not going, dude. They're gonna be fucking. I have a big nose. I'm an easy target.
Don't play that
shit. You guys all want me to go, so they fucking attack me. I'm not going. How mean do you get at these things?
You get pretty damn mean. And you get really, like, I'm eating people's food. I'm walking out with like 2 straws in there shaking. One's for me and like one's for this guy's wife. And like, you know what I mean? Like, and they love it. They absolutely love it. I once waited an entire shift without walking up to the table. People were like, I was making them leave cash or like come up to me and bring me their credit card. Like everything. I would say, your food's over there, go pick it up. They're like, what? Like, go pick up your damn food. Like,
that's a dream. Dude, that's all under the guise of like, it's the shtick.
Exactly.
And you can just do whatever you want.
Exactly. And it's almost like the meaner you got at that place, the more they would tip.
Right.
Bro, you were dominatrix.
Yeah, you're basically a food dominatrix.
You were dominatrix.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I just told you I was gonna dive into my adult film career after. Like people, I don't know, I want to say there's a story about a guy who got fired. There were 2 locations and the guy got fired because his whole thing was, being shirtless and being like this old school, like greaser kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like with his hair slicked back and smoking cigarettes, and he got in trouble because one of the women that he was flirting with, they were flirting a little too hard.
Okay, yeah, there's got to be a line somewhere.
Somewhere, like too hard. Yeah, like too hard, and where she was like grabbing him, pulling him into the side rooms. and it got to be a little bit much.
Well, wait a minute, that sounds like customer service.
That sounds like if you're gonna get fired, it might as well be for fucking in the back room.
I was like,
I'd walk out of there like, oh, okay, put my back on.
You let me walk around the trailers and smoke cigarettes all day. Sorry, I thought there wasn't a line.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like some true, like you can get away with like a stance like, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But you gave the customer what you wanted. Of course you're not supposed to do it.
And so now we got what season 2 of Woke, right? We had on Blake.
Where, by the way, a nice little crossover. That kind of JB Smoove is your father figure again, in a sense. In both shows. When that we'll get 1 second. But when you realize JB Smoove isn't your dad in New Girl is one of when you talk about Chicago and he goes, never been garbage city. I fucking laugh out loud every time.
Man, that episode was crazy because I directed that one. And it was...
That's right. You directed most of the last season, right?
No, just that one. Just that one.
Okay.
I got a stupid question. What does that mean when you direct an episode? What does literally go into directing?
So you essentially set the stage, meaning you're making the decisions on which angles we shoot, which shots we're doing, what when you're editing, which storylines to focus more on. And obviously the studio, they have their ideas and their notes because the show has been around. So we have our template of what works and what doesn't work. So you never want to break the formula. Mm-hmm. So essentially for that week, you're a hired gun to run the set. Someone who says, okay, we got it, let's move on. Now we're going to go shoot over here. With like schedule, like pacing of how we're shooting it. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. And in performance stuff, you're talking to the actor and say, hey, look, I know you're Jake Johnson and I know you're lazy as fuck. On the couch right now. I just need you to walk across the room really quick. Yeah, I want to walk across the room. Yeah, I'm from Chicago. I don't do that. I'm like, all right, Jake, thank you for disrespecting me. I'm the director, but you don't care. All right, thanks. And essentially that's how it works on our show. And that's it. That's pretty much it. And you get a cool credit at the end.
Okay, so sorry. So you're directing the episode and
no, and then you hear they're offering JB, and so you reach out to JB Smoove and like, hey man, offer's gonna come in. You gotta take it. You gotta take the offer. And he's like, all right, cool, man. I'll do it, man. I'll do anything for you, brother. I got you, bro. And so he comes in and got these lines you got to say. JB, it's this real simple line, man. Just say, Chicago, never been, garbage city. What you saw was probably take 7. Chicago. Oh, let me tell you about Chicago, man. It was one time I was in Chicago, man. I had this big booty Judy. Oh, when she was walking across the street, I saw her hips. And I said, God damn, I got to get a piece of the hips. Looked like she had turkeys in each pocket. I said, oh my God. Is it Thanksgiving already? Oh my God. Oh my God. So I'm following her, right? Not like a creep, but I'm following her like a protector because it's dark and it's Chicago. You know the rumors. So I had to protect. And I'm like, JB, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes on and when I tell you, JB could improvise an entire one-man movie by himself.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Never miss a beat. He's that good.
That's a great impression, man.
That was perfect.
Thanksgiving already.
Dude, we've had JB in like once or twice, and like I don't think we said 3 words the whole interview.
It's like hello and go, dude. Just go.
He came in like white suit, had his white hat on. What's up, JB?
Sunglasses.
Legend. Absolute legend.
Man.
But Woke season 2 is out April 8th. I love season 1. I thought season 1. Speaking of chemistry, like I thought you and Blake and is it T Murph is
T Murph
is his name begins with a C. It's Chris
Clovis.
Yeah. You guys are unbelievable. I thought the show was so great. It was really
Thank you, man. Yeah, season 2, we step it up a lot more. We talk about different storylines with the other characters too. And the question in season 2 is like, my character wants to be this activist. He thinks he doesn't know what to do. All he talks about is that one time that thing happened to him with the police. And then everyone else is like, what the fuck else you want to talk about? He's like, I don't know. And it's like, that's all you're going to talk about? He's like, that shit is old, bro. And so he's worried that he's becoming this performative overnight activist. And he's like, is this even what I want to do? So, and then, the question is, what happens when you got the microphone and you got the cameras on you, and then you get a little bit of money? Do you still stand behind all that shit you were talking?
Yeah.
Well,
that's in season 1. I believe when you get fired from the syndication company, and they're like, you got to do it like Legend, like John Legend, where you got to do 10 years of Ordinary People before you can get woke. And you went right into it.
I went right into woke. Woke equals broke. And it's like, damn, and you find, and we play around with that a lot, because there's a lot of performative stuff out there. There are people who are real activists who really want to like change things in the city that they live in, or but then there are other cats who are like, man, this might be cool for Instagram real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all followers and shit.
Reposting stuff that doesn't. Yeah,
you got activists being like, my promo code woke for 20% off these fucking stamps, man.
I think in the trailer for season 2, you have that where Keith's on the bus, and some white guy is like, hey man, I just want to let you know, like, I still post a black square on Instagram every week, and you're like, yeah, you can stop doing that.
But it's such a fine line. Like there are, and then it's like, okay, yeah, it's performative, but it's spreading the message. So is it really a bad thing? And who am I to put that down? And you go in circles where it's like,
you go in circles, and that's what we talk about on the show too. The ally stuff. How do you do that? How do you become an ally? And and it's both sides of the coin. We got Blake Anderson on our show who's like, man, I just want to help, and I'm like, but you ain't got to burn shit down to do it. He's like, the revolution's dead, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, there's all types of people, and
because what any activism is trying to do, unfortunately, is like a multiple decades long process. And nobody ain't got time for that shit. Nobody likes that.
Exactly.
That's why it's like, let's get this done like today, so I'll burn down Target. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because the reality let's do it quickly. Yeah, the reality is it's like you got to vote and get the right people in and change things slowly and blah, blah, blah. And people are like, that's not fun.
I like instant gratification. I skip YouTube commercials.
Yeah. 5 seconds? I always hit skip ad. Always hit skip ad. Somebody got mad at me the other day. They were like, you don't pay for premium YouTube? What are you talking? So what is premium YouTube? Yeah. Like, I'll wait. Can skip seconds. The ads. I was like, or I could just click skip. Yeah, man. No. But no, the show is one of those. I to say that the show essentially it's for everybody. A lot of people hear the title woke and they go, oh no, this sounds like some, it's not for me. And I'm like, no, it is. It's just a mirror of everything that we see that's happening right now. It's
that's
the whole
what's
conversation.
Scary, though. Was there concern about naming it that? Because like there's unfortunately there's gonna be a whole half of America who might be like, that's not for me.
Exactly. And that was the issue. They had all kinds of titles that they were playing with, and woke seemed to be the one that was like, okay, you know what? Our show just asks the question, right? Whatever that topic may be, just ask the question. There's no answer. We don't give answers to anything. It just brings up the debate, and that title is the same way. It's like, well, what is woke?
Right.
I don't know. All right, let's watch it. Maybe it's not what I think it is, and then people are pleasantly surprised.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or do you have the folks who really want that, who want to see woke? They like the title, and then they watch it, and then they like the show. Right. So I like to tell people all the time, it's still a comedy, man. It's a fucking comedy.
It's a comedy. It's fun. It's very funny.
It's a fucking comedy.
One of my favorite scenes. It was great. It's like a perfect scene of television because there are 3 separate things going on. It's Clovis and Ayanna on the couch, and they're trying to work out. I think Clovis's female issues and Ayanna's female issues. And then you and your girlfriend, whose name I'm very bad with character names. I apologize.
Rose MacGyver is her real name.
Rose MacGyver. Yeah. And then you guys are kind of breaking up, but she's wondering why you had colored her into blackface on your cartoon. Yeah. and then Blake Anderson, and then Gunther's in the middle of a threesome where it's a guy, him and a guy and a chick, but he's high on mushrooms, and he's trying to be like a 21st century dude.
And having threesome with a guy,
and he starts grabbing the guy's dick.
The guy's like, yo, what's
the guy's like, what are you doing, man? Like, it's not that guy threesome. It's just so much going on in all 3 rooms, like bouncing, and everyone keeps kind of crossing over. Everyone keeps kind of coming back to the living room for a second to regather. Yeah, it's an unbelievable scene.
Yeah, man, those one of the episodes that people talk about, and if you don't watch the show, then you won't know. You might think we're just like on a soapbox preaching, and it's no, it's not. That's not the case. Yeah. So I think this season people will really get it. You know, we talk about a lot of different shit in the weirdest ways. You know, I just did Kimmel the other day, and I talked about one of the real essential points of our show is when we're just trying to figure out if white people wash their legs or not.
Yeah, gravity, dude, gravity. We just have gravity.
You
we're
know
good.
I've said I don't, and I've realized in the shower more recently I do. I'm a leg washer. I don't get down to the feet. I did get a pedicure the other day, though. Not too bad.
Pedicure's great. Pedicure's so underrated.
But I get down to ankle.
Nah. There's just no way my knees are dirty, bro. It's just not.
They're sweaty, though. I'm sweating right now.
I don't sweat on the bottom half. I sweat on the top half.
I sweat. It's just a little bit of like.
But the water and the soap just do it for you. It's fine.
It's like it trickles down your body.
It is so funny, like, particularly on Twitter when you see like the white versus black like cultural divides. And
washcloths is another big one.
Dude, there was one the other day where washcloths is a big one. There was one the other day, Paula Patton, I believe is her name.
Yeah, oh God, her fried chicken.
Her fried chicken, yeah. And I was watching the video. And it was a TikTok, and it was a black lady who was kind of watching. You know how you put yourself in a TikTok?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh no, Paul, that chicken's not clean. Because she ran it under the water." Mm-hmm. And I don't know what she's talking about.
How are you supposed to clean it?
What do you mean?
With soap?
There's a big. That is another thing.
People use soap?
No, you don't use soap. You would use vinegar.
Really?
Use water and vinegar to get in there and clean it. You know, to clean it more.
Bro, I'll be honest. I barely run it under the water.
I was gonna say. Also, once it's on the pan and cooking, you're killing all that shit anyway.
Mind you, I get food poisoning all the time.
He's like, I'm sick now. I'm sick now.
He's always on the ball.
I've had E. coli, so don't worry about that.
He's like, I like my pork medium rare. He's like, I always got swine flu,
but I don't watch it.
Old school diseases. No, man. Yeah, that's what you got to do. But I'll tell you this: I'm not a chef. So when like my mom does that. When I was coming up, my mom, my grandma, they always wash the meat first. Like they take the water and vinegar and just do a quick little massaging of it and getting that whatever is on it off. I didn't understand that because I was like, that water or that oven or that oil is so hot.
Yeah,
isn't it killing anything that's on there?
That's what I would think.
But you would think, and I usually think that when you wash the chicken like that before you cook it, you're drying it out. But apparently not, because whenever I had old black lady chicken,
it was not dry.
Best.
Yeah, old black lady chicken is where it's at for chicken.
It's where it's at. If it ain't an old black lady in that kitchen cooking that fried chicken, good luck.
I do love when, like, for the most part, I know what things I do that are quirky or white or different from other. But every now and the best thing on Twitter is when somebody really doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like they just post themselves doing something in the shower, in the kitchen, with their food, with their clothes, whatever, and they just it's an avalanche. And they like when you learn something that it's like, oh, I had no idea this was like specific to us. It's hilarious.
That's how I was with that chicken. I was like, I genuinely don't know how else you would.
I wouldn't have known that if I saw
a brand
that.
New thing for me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So when I first moved, I was born and raised in the South Side of Chicago, all black neighborhood. Then I moved to the West Burbs, which is predominantly white. I mean, it's mixed. You got some Middle Eastern, Asian folks. You got a couple black folks out there, but it was predominantly white. And I remember after PE or basketball practice or something like that, after the showers, I just did what I normally do. I go in my bag and I bring out my cocoa butter lotion, my moisturizer.
Yeah, lotion's a big one for the whites. We just caught on to lotion, man.
And everybody looked at me like, I mean, I remember one kid going, Morris, the fuck are you doing?
That's like straight out of a Chappelle skit. What the fuck are you doing?
I was like, what are you talking about? And he's just like, what's in your hand? What are you, a girl or something?
I'm a black man.
I was like, no, man, my skin gets ashy. They were like, what's ashy?
Yeah.
I showed him. I said, oh, gather around. So my skin gets dry because of this. And if you go like this, then you'll see. You see how dry that looks? And they're like, am I ashy? I was like, you probably are.
Yeah, we can't see it.
I think
see it.
Bill Burr's got a bit about that.
Yes.
He's like white people get like itchy in the winter and they're like scratching their backs against door frames.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happens. He's like, your skin's dry. What are you talking about?
There's a literal reason why black don't crack. It's because of the lotion.
Yeah,
we're cracking up all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah,
and so by the end of that, everyone was just gathered around, and then people start bringing lotion to school. It was so funny. Some kids were using it for other reasons, but stop beating off and practice.
Dude, you're beating off at school with lotion. Come on,
that's not a cultural thing. That's just you got a problem, man. You got an issue, dude.
School's for a dry beat. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying don't make a mess.
Oh my God.
That is fucking great, man.
Dry beat. No, give me a dry beat.
The beat made me think of another little New Girl woke crossover kind of. When you and Nick are trying, you had your Men of Means day, and you're trying to get back, and you go up to the street drummer, and you say it first, and then Nick says it, where you just go, black man, black man, black man. I say that in my head all the time. I'm like, I know I should. Like, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but it's just so catchy for some reason in my head.
You know what's so funny is Jake. So Jake is, when I say one of the funniest people, I just had a feeling he was going to do that. He just did that on his own. I go up and then he just goes, right behind, he does the exact same thing. Black man, black man. Oh man.
I think we've asked this question before. What we asked? We asked Jake who he thinks he should have ended up with on the show.
Yeah.
Who do you think Jake should have ended up? What's his name?
Nick.
Nick should have ended up with on the show.
You guys have seen the show. Come on, Schmidt.
You know what? I think that was Nick's answer.
I think we said that.
That was Max's answer.
Yeah, Max said that. Yes. I think he said it the same exact way. Too.
Yeah.
We're gonna put this together. That's fucking hilarious, man.
They should have been together. Like that was the biggest romance there.
It's in all time, and we've been talking lately about how the homie bromances are far better than we've been talking a lot lately about how.
Chicks are the worst. It's all about the homies.
A question we got before was, for the rest of your life, would you rather make a girl come or make the homies laugh? And we were like, you gotta make the homies laugh.
Not a guy, not one guy in the room took the girl. Everyone was like, I'll take making the homies laugh. It was great.
That's because they never made a girl come before. That's why.
Why? I'm 33. Why start now?
It's like, I'm good. I'm not gonna lie. I probably be the same thing.
Yeah.
You just like fucking around so much. You're like, oh, this is it right here.
That's the thing.
I can spend my days doing that.
It's just a matter of it's time. It's like, you're in the bedroom for a fraction of your life. The rest of your time, trying to make the homies laugh.
Yeah.
All right, dude. We appreciate the time as is. Come on anytime you want. But Woke Season 2 is out April 8th.
I appreciate that.
It's awesome. I strongly recommend it. It is very, very good.
And we got a welcome to our show podcast.
That's right. I forgot you
Zoe, Hannah, Simone.
Yeah.
We shoot the shit a little bit kind of like this. We just talk about old episodes and try to break down some things here and there. We had Jake on recently, and then Max is gonna come on, and Damon, and everybody's gonna come on and just kind of fuck
That's
around
great.
a little bit.
Those are such a hit these days, man. That's like it's once you get on a hit show like that, I mean, you can do it for life. You can make a career, money, and fans for life off that. It's crazy.
Absolutely. I'm paying fans out there to give them Winston tattoos on their face.
On their face?
Yeah.
How much are you paying?
I'm paying them $10 million each. No.
Things are going really well for Lamorne.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I live in a castle. With so many serpents.
Listen, there's some guys here. I'm looking at one gets reckless tattoos on the regular. So
really,
yeah, pretty stupid.
Yeah,
not on the face, but there's money involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and for something with New Girl, like shit, man,
So I'm getting a tattoo. I'm gonna get this one.
Oh hell yeah!
So
cool.
the artist that I play on the show drew this for me. Because it's a real guy who I play on Woke. And I was like, I want to get a tattoo to commemorate, this achievement in my life.
Yeah. Dude, that's such a cool thing. I've wondered about it with because I saw it with Jon Snow and the Stark family. Mm-hmm. They all got like the House Stark tattoo.
Okay.
I think that's so cool when you have a show where you can kind of, because it's such an important part of your life. It's something you've devoted so much to that
era of your life.
Why wouldn't you get a tattoo of it? And I think those are some of the coolest tattoos, like show tattoos, kind of shit like that.
Absolutely.
What would the new girl tattoo be? The Griffin?
The new girl tattoo, it would probably be a small picture of like right here of like Ferguson.
Oh yeah,
might be like that, or like prank Sinatra. Yeah, something like that. So a lot of fans they come up to me and they want to talk about those things, and I go, man, a lot of actors shun away from that, but I go, man, this is a big part of my life.
Yeah, right.
New girl saved my life. You know what I mean? Like I was like, damn, this show is a blessing for sure. So. Anytime fans want to talk about that's another reason why we're doing the podcast, because there was so much talking about it that we were just like, let's go do a show.
And it is like so clear with shows with chemistry where how easy it is to do the podcast, where you're like I've listened to a few episodes of the Always Sunny podcast. I love Always Sunny.
Mm-hmm, yeah, for sure.
And you're like, oh, it's just
they can talk about it forever.
Like, it's exactly the characters, because they put so much of themselves into the characters that it is very, very similar. It's almost an extension of the show.
Absolutely. And fans love it. Fans love to hear it. They love to see it. And especially with streaming, everybody keeps re-airing and re-licensing the show. So it's like the show, they won't let the show die.
No, that show will live forever.
It's streaming, and it's also the huge emergence of mental illness has been a huge part. Because I learned, and this is something I do very often. I get a show and I rewatch it 100 times. And I learned that that's what people with high anxiety do, because you know what's going to happen.
It's
so you're comforted watching the show. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of my life make sense.
We'll keep New Girl and Woke on repeat.
Yeah. There you go.
All those anxious folks out there.
And what's the name of the podcast? Welcome to our show.
Welcome to our show.
Awesome, man. All right, go check it all out, people. And thanks for the time. Anytime you want, come back on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good one, bro.
Take it easy. All right, see ya.
If you're watching on YouTube, click here to subscribe so that you get all the new episodes as they come out. And John, what should they click if they want notifications? Make sure you click thumbs up for the like. Hit that bell icon.